So you want to start building some passive income side hustles, but there's too much guru gas out there and you have no idea what stuff actually works, right?
That's right.
Well, check this out. I actually quit my lucrative corporate job and started testing all these side hustles that the gurus talk about online to figure out which ones actually work. And here's the coolest part. I'm testing lots of different things this month. These side hustles that I'm going to show you today, I haven't touched in literally months. Some of these things I do very little work. Some of these things I do absolutely no work, and they are still making me money month after month. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what they are and exactly how much money they have made me for the last month. So without wasting your time, let's just get into it.
Just get to it already.
Okay, so this is just a fancy thing I made with ChatGPT in order to show my earnings every single month. And these are essentially side hustles that I'm building on top of other things that I'm doing. So any side hustle earnings is awesome, but my bills come to around $3,000 a month. So my monthly goal every month is usually about $3,000. So if I can turn these passive income side hustles essentially into enough money that pays my bills, that feels awesome. So that's kind of my loose goal every month. And please keep in mind, I test these side hustles, I figure out ways to make money with them, I show you exactly what I've done, I show you exactly what it made, and then I usually move on to new side hustles. So I never really take one of these things and mature it into a big, beautiful business. So you're not gonna see big guru numbers here. You're gonna see real, realistic results from someone who's putting in tiny bits of effort into these little businesses and then moving on and testing new ones.
That sounds like an excuse.
So let's take a look. And before we look at what made me money, I also track my net worth every month. I think it's important to understand the world of investing, taking your money and trying to make more money for you. This is what every rich person on the planet does. This is what we should be doing. I put this in here just to show you the different fluctuations that happen each month so you don't panic when it happens to you. So my net worth in November, it's now December 2025. My net worth changed from October to November, and it changed by minus $3,438.95. So the value of all my assets went down by almost $3,500. Completely normal. Don't panic if this thing's happened to you. You didn't lose $3,000. The value of your assets are worth $3,000 less this month. Zoom out on a long enough time scale, and even though there's big dips and troughs in the individual months, you'll see that it's slowly building over time. That's how you build wealth over your lifespan. That's the boring stuff. Let's get that out of the way. Let's see how much money I made and what platforms I did those on. Okay, so the smallest amount of money that I made in November of 2025 was on blogging. So I built a few different blogs. I made Pinterest accounts for those blogs, and I'm using an auto blogging system right now that automatically puts pins onto Pinterest for me with a link back to my website. And as people view those pins, they click on the pins, they come to my websites, and I have advertisements on my websites, which makes me a little bit of money. It's kind of called Pinterest affiliate marketing. That's what most people call it. I have it labeled here as blogs, and that made me $17.24 last month, which is essentially nothing, but I didn't do anything. It's all on autopilot. I'm just starting to test this new software to see if it's something that I like. These are crazy small little numbers, but to even make a single dollar proves that the method might be possible for you if you take this seriously and really scale it up. And if you want to see what I'm doing, I have some videos on my channel about that, but I was able to make $17.24 and I didn't touch it at all last month. The next biggest thing I believe was offers. So I have a couple of YouTube channels just like this one that you're watching, and if I talk about some things like that auto blogging platform that I'm using, if I'm excited about it and I do a video showing you all about it, sometimes I will put a link to that in the description, which is often an affiliate link, and if you click on it at no extra cost to yourself, they will give me a tiny piece of that if you click on it and buy it. Affiliate marketing 101, right? Most of my videos have links in the description. People click on them because of my recommendations. I take a little piece of it, and last month that made me around $300, which again isn't crazy guru numbers. I'm not making tens of thousands of dollars, but I was already making a video discussing these things, and just by having links in the descriptions, I was able to make an extra $300 last month because of doing that, which I think is pretty cool, and it's completely thanks to you all. Thank you.
You're not welcome.
Okay, the next biggest thing I did was, I call it Google here, but essentially it's YouTube ads or the YouTube partner program. So this video that you're watching right now, you may see advertisements appear somewhere in this video. That's part of the YouTube partner program that is owned by Google, and Google sends those paychecks every month. So this channel is monetized and makes a little bit of money, and I have another product review channel that is monetized and makes a little bit of money. And last month, adding those two channels up just in advertisements alone, just because of people watching my videos, I was able to make $411.28. Again, no big guru numbers. My channels aren't very big, aren't very popular. I don't get tons and tons of views, but the views I do get turn into some ad revenue, and it's essentially passive. I do a couple of videos a month, but videos that I've done months and sometimes years ago are still making little bits of money every single day and every month, which is, again, thanks to you and completely awesome. But there you go, $411.28. So the biggest earner for me was Amazon. And if you've looked up here, you can see that that is usually the case. I do product review videos. I put them on Amazon as an Amazon influencer. I put them off of Amazon as a YouTuber. And there's lots of other little nuances in there. Tons of videos on my channel if you want to see what I'm doing. It's essentially broken down in between these things, and you can see the exact breakdowns of how I made that with Amazon. But if you do all the math, last month on Amazon, I was able to make $2,020.33. And the coolest part about this is, if you look back at the last video, I didn't do any additional posts. I did no work this month in the Amazon influencer program, except besides logging in and making sure my creator connections was up to date and fetching today's content. I have a video on it if you want to go look. I was able to make more money by doing that than I was by actually making review videos, which is kind of crazy. And I struggle to use the word passive income because it's kind of a weird gray area, but essentially all those videos that I've done over the years, I didn't do any more videos last month, and I still was able to make $800 from the videos that I've done previously. And I was still able to make an extra $1,000 off of Creator Rewards program. So $2,000 I made last month without actually really doing any work last month. Essentially, that's what I would consider passive income, and it is by far the thing that has worked for me the best in this side hustle journey, and I am not really focusing on it like I should be. I know a lot of people have far surpassed me. You know, I have 768 posts. I was watching other people talking about their Amazon influencer journey, and they have 4,000 reviews, 5,000 reviews, and they're making crazy good money. I need to puff up those numbers, man. That's embarrassing.
Let's up those numbers!
But again, I test lots of things, so that isn't my primary focus, but this is still really awesome in my opinion. So if we add all of that up, in November, in my side hustle journey, pretty much doing nothing with these particular things, it kind of passively made me $2,748.85, which means we did not meet our $3,000 goal, but that is okay with me. Having an extra $2,700 in my pocket last month really helps and almost paid for all of my bills. So when we do the actual adding of all of that, that is essentially a $27,000 I've made this year in my side hustle journey. And if we break that down per day, that's about $91 a day. So every single day I wake up, I take an extra $91 and put it in my pocket because of all these different programs. And if you do that math and extend that out, if nothing else changed, and this is exactly how much money I made every single month, that would be around a $33,000 a year business that I've built essentially from the comfort of my home in my pajamas. And if you want to learn how I did any of these things, the specifics on them, go back through. I have playlists kind of breaking these all down. I have tons of videos showing exactly how I do it. And again, please keep in mind, I'm kind of good at figuring things out, figuring out ways to make them make money, but then I don't scale them up. Usually I go move on to another thing. So don't be like me. Find one of these things you're passionate about. I'll show you exactly what I did to make it make a little bit of money, and then you take that idea and you run with it and you scale with it and you really lean into it and you really create a business out of it, and you can take these little tiny testing numbers and turn them into big guru numbers. I'm talking $5,000, $10,000 a month. I see other people that started some of these programs along with me that are now making $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 a month doing them. This is completely possible. These are the platforms that are kind of passively working for me and that I would recommend you try if you want to get into this side hustle journey, or maybe even be able to quit your corporate job and do this kind of stuff for a living as well. So I hope this was at least entertaining and eye-opening. I hope you got something out of it. And if you like this sort of content, then please do all those things you're supposed to do to help the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.
I need more money.